Hi, this is Tom Boyk, lead teacher for technology for District 33, and I want to do a quick rundown of the 4 different quizzes that Socrative offers you as the user. So there are 4 different quizzes. There's Starter Quiz, which is a traditional straight-up quiz. The Space Race is more of a gamified version of one of the quizzes that you've created. The Quick Question is simply if you'd like to check for understanding in the middle of a lesson. And then the exit ticket is something the students can complete before they leave the classroom. So let's dive a little bit more into each one. I'm going to show you both the teacher view and the student view for each of them. So the Starter Quiz is a traditional quiz. So I go ahead and click on it, and then what I'm going to see is a list of all of the quizzes that I have created. So for both of the options on the left-hand side of the screen, Starter Quiz and Space Race, these are going to be quizzes that you've made in advance. So I'm going to go ahead and load up the test example quiz. I have the ability here to decide how the test is paced out. So if I want the students to get immediate feedback right after they answer the quiz question, then I click on that option. If I want them to have the ability to go back and forth between questions and change their answers, this is the option for you. And then lastly, if you'd actually like to control the pace of the quiz, in other words, the students won't move on to the next question until you decide, that's this option. You'll notice for each of the different options, there are additional settings down below that you can set. I'm going to go ahead and start that quiz. Now let's go ahead and switch to the student view. Alright, so here's the student view. You can see that this student hasn't even entered into my class. So this student needs to type in the teacher code and then join the room. Now since I've already begun the quiz, they're going to go right into the enter your name screen. So I'm going to go ahead and type my name. Alright, now let's begin the quiz. I want to quickly switch over to the teacher view, so now you know what it looks like for the teachers. Here's the teacher view, and you can see that I can see the student's name and I see their progress. That's not necessarily their score, that's just how much of the quiz that they have completed. And then you can see, I can see their answers. Alright, now you can see that Tom Boyk has finished the quiz, so I as the teacher can go ahead and click finish. I'll get this report option, which I explain in a different video. Let's go ahead and look at the Space Race. So I click on Space Race, and again, this is going to be you're going to have to create the quiz in advance. This isn't something you can do on the fly, but I've got a Space Race example. You can decide how many teams there are. And you can also decide if you want the students to pick their own color or if you want the machine just to simply auto assign a color. And then I click Start Activity. This is the main screen that the teacher sees. So you can see it's a bit different than the Start a Quiz screen. So what you're looking at now are different colors and then different rockets. Now let me explain how this works. As the students complete the questions, if they get them correct, the rocket will move. What's nice is that this quiz is not the speed of the rocket moving is not based on the timing. So in other words, students don't have to worry about getting their answers in quickly. They just have to worry about getting their answers in correctly. Let's go ahead and look at the student view. Here's the student view. Just like the Start a Quiz option, it's going to ask for my name first. Then I click Done. And from here, I have the ability to select a team. Now I'm going to warn you something about selecting teams. All the students are going to have the ability to select the same team. So if every single student in your class chooses blue, then all the students are going to be on the same team. I would definitely suggest auto assigning. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to choose lime, and I'll tell you why in a second. You'll notice at the top of my screen, all of a sudden the color changed to lime. So as the students are completing the Space Race and you're walking around the room, you have the ability to kind of make the connection between the rocket on the screen and the student's computer based on the color of the bar at the top of the screen. So I'm going to work through this quiz. Now let's actually switch briefly to the teacher screen. You'll notice that now that I'm on the teacher screen that the Lime Rocket is moving across the line. And that's showing you that I completed the questions correctly. So again, it's not a speed to the finish, it's the rocket measures how many questions you got right. All right, I got 100. All right, then I click finish. Again, I'm going to have the ability to view the report. But for now, I'm just going to click view later. I did make a video explaining that. Like I said, the two quizzes on the left side, those are going to be quizzes that you create in advance. Now, the two quizzes on the right side are going to be quizzes that you can proctor right on the spot. Quick question is a blank question. So let's say, for example, you're in the middle of the lesson. You'd really like to check for understanding. You'll have to just verbally or show on the projector the question and then just click quick question and choose the type of question. If you choose multiple choice, you even have to explain to them what does A mean, B, C, D, E. But this is just nice if you're in the middle of a lesson and you want a really quick check for understanding. You can use this tool. The other tool you can use in the middle of a lesson or at the end of a lesson actually, is the exit ticket. So let me go ahead and start exit ticket, and let's switch to the student view. Just like the other quizzes, the students are going to have to enter in their name. But these questions now are predetermined by Socrative. So how well did you understand today's material? What did you learn in class? And then lastly, there's going to be the please answer the teacher question option. So this is where you have the ability to kind of insert some content into this, into the exit ticket. But those are the 4 different quizzes that are available in Socrative.